What do you make of what appears to me the essential argument of the Declaration that if a people have suffered enough, they have the right to wrest control from their existing government?
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things about the Declaration to me is that it makes not only that argument, but it is cognizant of the fact that different peoples, different cultures will react to similar stimuli in radically different ways.
Okay.
By
All right. And sorry, just swing that mic just a little bit closer so it's
Yeah,
more pointed at
and
you.
and what I mean by that is that at the beginning of the Declaration of Independence, the passage we're most familiar with, we hold these truths to be self-evident, and so on. Um, it makes universal abstract statements,
Hmm.
but the way that sentence actually begins is we hold these truths to be self-evident. Not every people holds these truths to be self-evident. And throughout the document, there's a distinction that comes up from time to time. It's never made thematic in any sentence, but there's a distinction between a free people, and then the implication is there such a thing as an unfree people, a slavish people, and I think that distinction is not just between people who are currently in a state of freedom versus slavery, but it's pointing to the character of the people.
Oh,
Um, Again, in one of the grievances against the king, um, the document complains about the king dissolving representative houses, colonial legislatures, for resisting with manly firmness his actions.
yes.
And again, that's a characteristic, maybe that's a virtue, manly firmness, that some individuals have and some don't. And I think the claim of the Declaration is some peoples have, some cultures have, and some do not. And so my reading of the Declaration of Independence is, uh, yes, it sounds right to me as a matter of principle that a people has a right to resist tyranny, and perhaps at a certain point, that would involve actually, in the language of the Declaration, altering or abolishing their form of government or dissolving the bands that connect them with the source of tyrannical power. That seems to me right as a matter of principle. We're driven by our nature and also by the commands of God to pursue justice, and resisting tyranny is a form of resisting injustice. But I think that there's another level of the Declaration which is really fascinating to me, which is what are the cultural conditions of for a people to be willing to recognize injustice as injustice and willing to stand up to it.